up, mate? How's it going? I'm here to take you to your prostate exam. I think I've made the sound better from last time because I'm whispering. And what I need you to do is pretend that I'm driving. Brum brum. Is that nice if I tap here? For some reason, you've got in my car and you've sat on my dashboard, which is a bit annoying because you need to be wearing a seatbelt for me to drive. But it's okay. You're here now. How have you been anyway? Yeah, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. I'm glad you're doing it well, despite the bumhole thing. But yeah, no, I'm gonna get on with driving. Anyway, I was thinking about it earlier. Do you think birds are afraid of heights? Like, inherently, they can't be. Because, you know, it's a bird, it needs to fly. But, like, eventually, do they get to a height where they go, if I stop flapping now, I'm gonna die? That's been on my mind. What are your opinions on that? Do you think birds are afraid of heights? Interesting. Yeah, I mean, you know, you've got a good point. Birds can't be afraid of heights. That would defeat the point of being a bird. And they've probably got something to do with, well, homing pigeons use all the electromagnetic fields. And I'm sure they can feel from the pressure in the air that they're a bit high. But still, it'd be interesting. Because, like, if I went for a jog and I ran too far from my house, I'd only be able to think about how I'm getting back. And that I've got to then get a taxi or a bus or just walk it back. And that'd be quite painful. Yeah, if you're a bit thirsty, I think I've got a drink somewhere around here. If you'd like to have a little sip, I've got quiet. This is a quiet drive. We drive quietly. If you like a little I'm not going to pull that out because someone's walking past and it might look a bit weird, but if you like a driving wine, we can have a nice little driving wine. I'm just trying not to look too odd while I film this, while I drive you to your prostate exam, because I do realise that this does look weird because I am sat in a running car with the lights on. Actually, I don't have rear lights on, but my car has DRLs, so the fronts are on. Anyway, it's gone. So, would you like some driving wine? It is a Pinot Noir. It goes down real smooth, and for your appointment later, it might just loosen you up. Delicious. It means I can see better, I can concentrate better after I've had a little tipple. It's not got a binaural mic or anything, so I don't know why I'm doing that. I've only just moved here. My neighbours are gonna think I'm really fucking special. Anyway, put that back. Another thing I keep thinking about is if you had to commit any crime, but then that crime would never be done again, what crime would you commit? So, like, if you murdered someone, there'd never be a murder again. And if you say anything to do with drugs, you're boring. Unless it meant drugs were legalised. See, mine would be child abuse, which sounds bad, but, like, you know when you're walking around a shop, screaming kids, or on a plane, screaming kids running riot, when you just love to 2-foot-1, just fucking tackle them, big Brexit tackle, that counts as abuse. Like, kids don't deserve to be abused, but, like, some kids deserve a little too for just to put them in the place. But like, yeah, what would you be doing? Okay, I mean, I don't know. I don't think women would like that. I think that's quite offensive. Personally, I wouldn't go there. The smart thing would be to commit something like a bank robbery, because then you would rob a bank. But I mean, a lot of never in that did I say it was successful. I just say you do it. So like, if you've robbed a bank and they put the shutters down and you nick a pen, that's a bank robbery. But then no one else would commit bank robberies. So yeah, that's an interesting one, to be fair. And I think there's a lot of avenues to be explored. Like, I would absolutely love to smash my car through a shop. And like, I'm not bothered about the stealing part, but like, dangerous driving is so fun. And you would then prevent other people from dangerous driving. But it could be like anything else where you see something become legalised and then something else becomes a problem. So like, you might commit a murder and prevent all other murders, but then there might be a whole new wave of people just torturing other people. Or I don't know, like gluing all people to seats. That could be the next big thing. I'm really good at driving, can't you tell? Like, we've been going around corners at 90, and I'm not even using my hands. It's mad, isn't it? I'm just a fucking expert. What can I say? 30 driver. Yeah, I mean, it's been fun. I'm tapping because that's generally good ASMR instead of me making silly jokes. If you had to shag a non-human animal, what animal would you shag? You see, that's silly. Saying anything small is silly. Like, you've not thought about this. You've not given that question the level of respect it deserves. Because if you shag something that isn't anatomically similar, you're gonna have problems. Like, you are already shagging an animal. You are already scum. But, like, it might as well be comfortable. Whereas if you shag something that has a lot of bones, you're going to hurt yourself. Like, you're going to give yourself more problems. At least if it's much bigger, or at least similar, say, a sheep. I believe the Welsh got it right. That is probably, they're very docile as well. So you don't have to worry about getting anything bitten off or having something putting up a fight. Oh, lovely. That was the wine going down a treat. I mean, yeah, if you want to shag a small animal, that's up to you. But, you know, you've got to think about these things. You can't be making silly decisions. That's how people get injured. How many owls would you have to see at once, or like in the space of 5 minutes, to be a bit confused and a bit? Because if you think about it, you don't see many owls in general. But if you suddenly saw 10 owls, I'd be thinking, that's a lot of owls. Like, they're lovely creatures. I love owls. But if I just suddenly saw a load of fucking in the woods, I'd be a bit confused. Because they tend to, if you see one, it tends to be on its own anyway. You don't see them in groups. I saw 3, I'd be a bit confused. But yeah, how many for you? Okay, I know you work at Owl Sanctuary, but if you're walking along and you saw more than 4 or 5, that wouldn't freak you out a bit. Just I hope no one's looking at me while I do this. Yeah, no, fair enough. We've hit the 10-minute mark. Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see a load of owls. I would like to see a load of owls. It'd be pretty chill. This might not be the question for you, but I was thinking, how do they calibrate spirit levels? Because you've got to calibrate the part with the bubble in and the actual bottom face. So you've got to know that bottom face is flat and parallel with your bubble. Because if one's on the piss, your bubble will be up here while it's flat. Or if your thing's on the piss and your bubble's flat. How do they do that? I really want to know. There's a whole range of questions I really want answers to. But yeah, please comment below saying how you'd solve that one. Oh shit. That was meant to be a car crash. I